Let's discuss question number 19 now. Roadways still have an edge over railways in India. Support the statement with example. So this is a 5-marker question now. Students, question number from 19 to 26 are 5-marker questions. So we'll try to attempt them accordingly. We'll enlist here some important key points which you need to incorporate in your answers. Okay, now let's start. Roadways still have an edge over railways in India because construction cost of roadways is much lower than that of railways. Second point, roads can be constructed easily in hilly terrains and undulating topography. Third point, roads today connect even the smallest village to a large town. Railways have yet not been able to connect villages to cities. Fourth point, roadways tend to provide door-to-door service and therefore the cost of loading and unloading is much lower. Fifth point, road transport is economical in transportation of few persons and small amount of goods over short distances. So you cannot imagine railways to provide such facilities for short distances. Sixth point, road transport is used as a feeder to other modes of transport such as they provide link between railway stations, airports and seaports. Students, here you saw 6 points, but you need to mention only 5 points in this question. I hope it's clear to all of you. Now let's move on to next question, question number 20. Now let's discuss question number 20. Compare the situation of Belgium and Sri Lanka considering their location, size and cultural aspects. Let's try to attempt this question. Belgium is a small country in Europe while Sri Lanka is an island nation lying in Asia. The second point, Belgium has a population of a little over 1 crore, about half the population of Haryana, whereas Sri Lanka has about 2 crore people, about the same as in Haryana. So students, here we have discussed the location and size of Sri Lanka and Belgium. Now we will discuss the cultural aspect which carries 3 marks. Okay, now let's proceed. Out of Belgium's total population, 59% lives in Flemish region and speaks Dutch language, and another 40% people live in Wallonia region and speak French, while Sri Lankan social groups are Sinhala speakers and Tamil speakers. Next point, people of Belgium practice Christianity while people of Sri Lanka follow Buddhism. Now we'll go to the next point. In Belgium, the Dutch community has advantage of its numeric majority and could force its will on the French and German speaking population. In Sri Lanka, the Sinhala community enjoyed an even bigger majority and could impose its will on the entire country. So students, this was how we have answered this question. The cultural aspects carried 3 marks and the size and location aspect carried 1 mark each. Now let's see what's given in the choice. How is the idea of power sharing emerged? Explain different forms that have common arrangements of power sharing. The idea of power sharing has emerged in opposition to the notions of undivided political power. So why the notions of power sharing has emerged? It is because the undivided political power is never good for a country. Okay, now let's see what are the various arrangements in which power sharing is done. Power is shared among different organs of the government such as legislature, executive and judiciary. Power can be shared among governments at different levels, a general government for the entire country and governments at the provincial or regional levels. Another form, power may also be shared among different social groups such as religions and linguistic groups. Also, the power sharing arrangements can be seen in the way political parties, pressure groups and movements control or influence those in power. So this is how the various arrangements are done with regard to power sharing. I hope that's clear to all of you. Now let's move on to the next question, that is 21. Let's begin question number 21 now. Explain 5 types of industrial pollution. So now we'll discuss the 5 types of industrial pollution. Let's see the key points here. Industries contribute significantly to India's economic growth and development, but the increase in pollution of land, water, air, etc. results in degradation of environment. Industries are responsible for 5 types of pollution. Let's see what are they. Air pollution is caused by the presence of high proportion of undesirable gases such as sulfur oxide and carbon monoxide. The second point, water pollution is caused by organic and inorganic industrial wastes and effluents discharged into rivers. The third point, thermal pollution of water occurs when hot water from factories and thermal plants is drained into rivers and ponds before cooling. Fourth point is noise pollution. Noise pollution not only results in irritation and anger, it can also cause hearing impairment, increased heart rate and blood pressure. The fifth point is pollution from nuclear power plants, which causes cancers, birth defects, etc., which are life-threatening. So you saw here the 5 types of industrial pollution which are very dangerous. I hope that's clear. Now let's move on to the next question, question number 22.